So in this video we are going to deal with the mechanism of concentration of the filtrate. So in the last video we dealt with the urine formation. So this urine formation has to be very concentrated, and how this concentrated urine is formed. So that is going to be the mechanism of this, or the subject of this video. So first, this concentration of urine. Actually, mammals usually produce concentrated urine. Other than other creatures, mammals produce concentrated urine. So here, Henle's loop. And vasa recta. So as we have discussed earlier, we very well know that what is Henle's loop. It is the extension that it is a part of renal tubule. It extends from the proximal convoluted tubule and then it forms the Henle's loop. It has an ascending and descending limb. Whereas vasa recta is the extension of the efferent arteriole. That is, it is extension of efferent arteriole that further lies parallel, or it surrounds it is a bunch of capillaries that surrounds the renal tubule and lies parallel to Henle's loop, and it forms vasa recta. So this the flow of filtrate in these two, that is in the Henle's loop and vasa recta, are in opposite directions. That is, if this is Henle's loop and this is vasa recta and this is Henle's loop, if the flow of filtrate is like this, then here it goes in a counter current direction. So both the directions of the flow of filtrate in Henle's loop and vasa recta are in opposite directions. So we tell it as a counter current pattern. So this counter current pattern helps in maintaining the concentration gradient. So this both together helps in maintaining the concentration gradient. So this concentration gradient has a value that it increases. So this concentration gradient increases the osmolarity. We know the tubules increases the osmolarity. Henle's loop increases the osmolarity of medullary interstitial fluid. So we have learned it already in the function of the tubules. We have learned that Henle's loop maintains the that is the increasing osmolarity of fluid. So here the concentration of the gradient increases, that is the osmolarity of the interstitial fluid increases from 300 m osmol L power minus 1 to 1200 m osmol L power minus 1. That is, from the cortex to the inner medulla, it increases from 300 to 1200. So the concentration gradient increases from 300 to 1200. That is from the base, from the cortex to the inner medulla. So this starts from 300 from the cortex and towards inner medulla. That is, when it reaches the interstitium, the concentration increases to 1200. So this concentration gradient, that is this variation from 300 to 1200, is maintained by two different things, two important things, that is sodium chloride and urea. So here sodium chloride and urea are the major things which helps in maintaining this gradient. So here if we take NaCl, so if we take NaCl, the ascending limb. So first it forms the Henle's loop. So the NaCl is transported. So it is transported by the Henle's loop, the ascending limb of Henle's loop. So the NaCl is transported by the ascending limb of Henle's loop, which is then exchanged by the descending limb of vasa recta. So here it is transported by the ascending limb of Henle's loop, which is further exchanged by the descending limb of vasa recta, and this NaCl is returned back to the interstitium. That is, it comes back to the interstitium by the ascending limb of vasa recta. So you can it comes as ADA, that is first with Henle's loop, then it is vasa recta, then both returning and the exchange takes place in the vasa recta. So once again I am repeating, the sodium chloride that is NaCl is transported by the ascending limb of Henle's loop, whereas it is exchanged in the descending limb of vasa recta, and it gets back into the interstitium by the ascending limb of vasa recta. So the exchange and the return to the interstitium takes place by the limb of vasa recta, whereas the transportation of the NaCl takes place with the Henle's loop. So the next is for urea. So here if we take urea, this urea is this urea actually enters into the ascending limb of Henle's loop. So that the ascending limb, sodium chloride is transported. Here urea it enters into the ascending limb of Henle's loop. So here urea enters into the ascending limb of Henle's loop, so that it is then transported to the interstitium. So everything finally gets transported. That is, it gets returns to the interstitium by the collecting tubule. So it gets back to the interstitium by the collecting tubule. So we know this concentration gradient, that is from the cortex 300 to 1200 is maintained by urea and then sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is transported, exchanged and then returned. That is, the transportation takes place by the ascending limb of Henle's loop, whereas the exchange takes place in the descending limb of vasa recta, and the return to the interstitium takes place by the ascending limb of vasa recta. Whereas now if we take urea, it enters into the ascending limb of Henle's loop, and it too finally transported to the interstitium by collecting duct. So collecting tubule, or that is called as collecting duct. So this opposite direction, so this flow of opposite direction. So we know if one is transported and one is entered, it goes in the counter current mechanism. So this counter current pattern, this opposite direction shows as the counter current mechanism. So this counter current mechanism of the Henle's loop and vasa recta by the flow of filtrate, that is which increases the gradient of urea with the help of urea and sodium chloride, the counter current mechanism is formed. So this counter current mechanism, from this we can mention that it maintains the gradient of the medullary interstitial fluid, or medullary interstitial gradient is maintained by this counter current mechanism. So this interstitial gradient, interstitial gradient maintenance helps in the water passage, helps the increased amount of water to pass. So the amount of water is passed in a large amount here. So this interstitial gradient, as it increases the passage of water, the urine form, that is by the filter that enters into the collecting tubule becomes concentrated. That is, the filtrate becomes concentrated. So that is urine. The filtrate formed is urine, we know that very well. So it becomes concentrated because of this interstitial gradient, because it allows a lot of water to pass through it. So this filtrate finally becomes concentrated. So now it is so this is how the concentration of filtrate, that is, this is the mechanism of concentration of filtrate. The filtrate becomes concentrated in this way with a counter current mechanism by Henle's loop and vasa recta by the gradient of this gradient is maintained by sodium chloride along with urea, which form the counter current mechanism. This counter current mechanism maintains the interstitial gradient. So this interstitial gradient allows a lot of water to pass. So this passage of water in a large amount helps us to maintain, so helps the filtrate to become that the initial filtrate, that is the filtrate formed at the initial stage, is 4 times concentrated in humans at the final stage. So if we take the initial filtrate formed in humans and the final filtrate formed in humans, in human alone, the initial filtrate, when the initial filtrate is a particular amount is given, it will be 4 times, that is the final filtrate will be the 4 times of initial filtrate, that is it will be highly concentrated. We already learned the fact that mammals produce concentrated urine, so in special humans, the final filtrate will be 4 times concentrated than the initial filtrate. Thank you.